Released in April of 2020 and developed by DotEmu, Lizardcube, and Guard Crush, all developers with pretty cool names by the way, Steets of Rage 4 is the long-awaited sequel to Steets of Rage 3 for the Sega Genesis. That isn't to say that there haven't been Steets of Rage games to follow up Steets of Rage 3, but 4 aims to be the truly faithful sequel to the arcade beat-em-up brawler of the past. Alongside the release of the game, there are a few different versions of the software, with multiple differing physical editions of the game produced. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the Limited Run Games edition of Steets of Rage 4, specifically the Standard Edition, Limited Run Games number 65. So, get your knuckles bare and your weapons ready, because we're entering the Steets of Rage. Much like previous games, Steets of Rage 4 opens with a dramatic text scroll, explaining a new, dangerous situation for Wood Oak City, where the children of Mr. X, the Y twins, yeah, don't exactly know why they'd be Y if their dad was Mr. X. Wouldn't they still be the X twins? Okay, whatever. These guys are attacking the city. And of course, it's up to the usual gang of good actors, Axel, Blaze, and Adam, along with new faces, Floyd, Araya, and Cherry Hunter, to stop this new crime syndicate and bring justice back to the streets. And as per usual, in doing that, colorful street criminals and cops alike will face your wrath in a standard beat-em-up style game. You walk around, and you punch people. Maybe you kick people, maybe you suplex people. There's not many other options. You're gonna beat up some guys. While you have a standard attack move, you also have a heavy attack that drains a bit of your health, though the health can be recovered if you use normal attacks on your enemies before they hit you. Be careful not to overuse your heavy attacks though, because if you get hit immediately after, all of that recoverable health is gone. It adds a bit to the challenge of the game, which I actually like a lot. Punching, kicking, and doing just about everything else feels just like classic Steets of Rage, with an ever slight kick to the overall speed and sense of movement. In general though, there's not much else to it, and that's fine. It's supposed to be an approachable, fun brawler, and in that, it excels. There are some hard boss fights that are really only difficult through basically slowing the game down, which it's not all that fun, but even then, it's brief pauses in what is a fluid, constantly fun experience. Myself and my brother got through the game in just about 2 fairly long play sessions, maybe around like 2 hours a pop, I'm not sure. And it was very much a good time. Much joy was had in watching the goofy story and noticing the impeccable levels of detail and charm to the game. The gorgeous illustrations and sprites really do well to translate the style of the original games, while still being bold and striking. The overall animation and artwork for this game is unbelievably clean. The line work for the sprites and environments is simply beautiful, but still with a unique edge. The way everything is drawn, from the dark blue, neon sign-lit street corners to the inner workings of a cybernetic crime organization, the flourishes of striking design and bold animations become even more enticing the more you get through the game. It makes you okay with how slow the characters can often move, giving you plenty of time to enjoy the surroundings. The artist definitely did not skimp out on making character designs that are both faithful to many original sprites, but also original character designs that catch eyes and feel right at home in this universe. It certainly doesn't tone down the obvious sex appeal character designs or the overall 80s and 90s street edge style that practically fueled the original games. It just now has added kind of a thick black outline comic book aesthetic to it. And again, that's fine. I think it really works. Looking at the box art for the official game release, it almost makes me wish I got that release over the Limited Run Games edition, with this cover art being this dimly lit shot of the newly bearded Axel. It's not bad, but man, compared to that official release, I mean, damn. Luckily though, the Limited Run Games reversible cover, Bare Knuckle 4, is wicked awesome. I love this alternative cover, and it helps accentuate the beautiful line work. Seriously, I love me a good black and white, super stylized alternative cover.
Also, side note, the art book and like little instruction manual, the full color one, is pretty nice. I like this. Some of the illustrations aren't the highest quality in terms of printing, but they're pretty good. I think overall it's a nice little addition. You don't see too many of these in non-limited run game releases, but still, it's nice that they went out of their way to include one of these things.
While it's not necessarily my favorite beat-em-up ever, I do have to say that Steets of Rage 4 does do a lot to try and take that title. Not many great games that pay tribute to the past while evolving to new frontiers come out these days, especially with such great artwork, and from such a small collection of studios. With plenty of hidden unlockables, challenges, boss rush modes, and more unlocked after one's first playthrough, Steets of Rage 4 will satisfy both a short-term casual player and a long-term hardcore, invested Steets of Rage diehard. Play the new one if you haven't been able to already, and it gets even better with a friend.